Hello, thank you for watching and welcome to my channel Burnt Violet Astrology and Tarot. Today's reading is going to be for the sign of Virgo. For those of you who have your sun, moon, or rising in Virgo, this is going to be your 2021 forecast. So the way I have this set up is I have picked a card for your spirit animal energy for the year of 2021. And then these cards kind of encompass the energy that's going to be most prominent for you guys for this year. I picked a couple cards to denote what needs to be released. We'll look into your romantic life, and then I have a tarot card that's going to represent each month of the year, and we'll get into a bit more detail. And then at the end of the reading, I'm going to pick a card from my Witch's World Oracle deck and a Witch's Rune to kind of solidify energy. So we'll go ahead and get right into this for you guys. So the animal spirit card that came out for you guys is birds. And this is a beautiful card, beautiful energy. The key words are soul, divinity, liberation, creativity, and rebirth. And it actually ties in really well with your tarot cards, and we'll get into that in just a second, but I'll go ahead and read the description on the card for you. Winged creatures are powerful symbols in many cultures around the globe. Often representing deities of other supernatural beings, through flight, birds symbolize liberation and link the upper spiritual and lower earthly worlds. The Egyptian gods originated as birds, retaining part of their original anatomy as they evolved into humans. The Egyptian soul is represented as a bird, with a human head. In Hindu cosmology, birds represent higher levels of being. In this painting, the young men shall have their visions. A multitude of birds denotes wisdom and the connection between the earthly and spiritual realms. So, I love this. I love this card. It's very, very beautiful energy. And I see this year for you guys encompassing lots of spiritual sparks within you. And we'll get into that in just a moment. So, the overall energy for 2021 for you guys, we have good luck, we have boundaries, we have Libra, I balance, we have the second house, which deals with money, and your self-worth, and we have Saturn return, age. So, for 2021, good luck is pretty self-explanatory, but I see you guys creating boundaries for yourself, healthy boundaries, and balancing out certain aspects of your life. And this could be financially. With the Saturn return card here, this could speak of a situation that may feel difficult in nature, but is going to leave you with great insight. So, I see there's probably going to be good luck with money, and maybe perhaps some issues with money as well, but I think it's going to make you realize certain things, and then there could be learning to balance money, or even just boundaries surrounding your self-worth and balancing your self-worth and lessons about self-worth that may feel a bit tough, but are going to no doubt shape you by the end of the year. So we'll go ahead and get into your tarot cards. So each card is going to represent a month. So we start off the year, January, with the Magician. And so you start off the year feeling inspired. You guys, there's something that you want and you're trying to manifest this. You're feeling in your element, okay? And then we move into February with the Death card. So February you're going to experience a shift, a new beginning of some kind of metamorphosis, okay? So perhaps you guys are shifting into this Magician energy. You're learning to manifest more. You're learning that when you do concentrate your intent on what it is you want, that it comes to fruition. So moving on to April, we have the Star in reverse. And I think this is a month where maybe you guys kind of doubt the energy that we have going on at the beginning of the year. You're doubting this new beginning or this shift in thinking that, manifesting what you desire can get you what you want. And you have doubts about this. And you're kind of questioning, is this is it that easy, to just manifest what I want, and then in time it comes to fruition. So there may be some pessimism behind this thinking, but you got to ask yourself, what is holding you back? Why? Maybe, going back to this self-worth, maybe you feel like you're not deserving of this energy here. And so I think during this month, you're definitely in an insecure frame of mind as far as this energy here, doubting it. And I think it would be a good time to ask for guidance from your guides. When we're confused about something, if you reach out to your guides, you'll find that you quickly receive answers, help, and insight. And but you have to ask. They can't intervene without your permission. So moving into the month of April, we have the Ten of Swords. And this is kind of just, this is getting back to this transformation energy here again. I think something happens to where you guys come back and circle around to this energy here. Something happens to where you feel enlightened again and get back to this Magician energy. So getting into May, we have the Queen of Wands, and this is an energy of optimism, and you're back in this spiritual kind of energy. You're feeling inspired and independent and, yeah, optimistic. So moving into June, we have the Page of Cups, and so we have this inspired energy still coming through. You're feeling quite creative and imaginative, and you're feeling pretty carefree at this time. There may be some bouts of sentimental expression coming through, maybe even romance. You may be feeling a bit emotional, but I think you are definitely tapped into your intuitive side during the month of June. Come July, we have the moon in reverse, and I think this is a time where there's a lesson, a great lesson that is you're working through, but it needs to happen in order to see things clearly. Yeah, it needs to happen in order to break free from kind of this lower vibrational thought pattern that you keep kind of venturing back to. And I think this is a time where you're really going to trust in your intuition. Moving into August, we have the Seven of Cups. And this is about feeling overwhelmed. So you guys might be feeling overwhelmed because I think you guys are teetering back and forth between, so far I see great spiritual growth happening for you guys in 2021, which ties into this bird's energy here, your spirit animal energy, which is, liberation, creativity, rebirth. I think there's a huge spiritual rebirth happening for you guys. And so in the month of August, there's this feeling overwhelmed with all of this. It's like coming at you, and you feel overwhelmed, and you may be in a state of escapism as well. So there's a need to make a choice of which path you're going to take. Are you going to continue on this path, or are you going to regress back? Sorry. And then moving into September, we have the Five of Wands. And I think this is where you guys might break away and really start to redirect your energy and back into this magician energy, the Queen of the Queen of Wands energy. I think you guys do make a choice, and the choice is to embrace your independence and to break away from maybe traditional stereotypes and to move forward on this spiritual path. And then we move into October. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And I think this is where you really start to embrace your spiritual truth, your intuition, and the visions you have, whatever that means for you. They may come through you know, through dreams or just a strong sense or a strong feeling. But I really think this is where you start to embrace this magician energy again. And then November we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. And again, we're kind of regressing back and delaying this spiritual growth because you're feeling a bit overwhelmed with it all. But the important thing to know is to just take small steps. Maybe you're being bombarded, and this is a good time to ask your guides to kind of go slow with you and to make things clear for you. If you have questions, don't be afraid to ask. And then we end the year off with the Emperor. Oh, my kitty just suddenly made a move, sorry. And again, we're back into the stability. We're ending the year off with a stable energy, a balance, and so yeah. For you guys, for the year 2021, I see a lot of spiritual growth, kind of ups and downs, a very roller coaster vibe of really embracing your spirituality and then doubting it. Doubting that all of this is somehow possible, you know, but it is. It is possible, and I think that you guys will understand this come the end of the year. You'll learn balance. But it's definitely going to be an up and down roller coaster ride for you guys. So, the cards that I picked that popped out for you guys for what to release is, how can you feed others when your table is empty? So, I feel like some of you guys become, like, so I'm getting the feeling that a majority of you guys may be empathic, and so, or you just put people first. So it's important to know that taking care of yourself is essentially taking care of others as well. So your needs are important, just as important, okay? And then perfect acceptance. I think when we embrace even the most strangest of events, we then can start to really understand them. So I think just like accepting this path that you're on can bring balance. Just accepting that these things can and do happen, and that maybe we Virgos tend to be very it's ruled by Mercury, so they tend to be very information driven. They want all the information they could get on something, okay? So for this kind of energy to happen, it's really kind of throwing you off kilter because it's a sense of knowing, and there's really no solid evidence to why this is happening. So I think just learning to accept that maybe you might not have all the answers just yet as to why can be it could propel you into could propel you further on this journey that you're on. And so for the romance part of 2021 for you guys, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So I think this doesn't really speak to like romantic. I see this year as being very a very deep spiritual journey for you guys. Not really like focused on romance. So I think this romance card speaks to all relationships in general. It's safe for you to love, and when you learn to open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, which is love. Love really is the key to everything. So in all facets of your relationships, this is an important thing to remind yourself of. It's safe to love. It's safe for you to love. Okay. We'll go ahead and get into the Witch's World Oracle. I'll go ahead and draw a card to kind of solidify these energies, and then we'll also pick a Witch's rune. Okay, so this, as I was shuffling, this card fell out. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this one that just fell right out, which is Owl, which is no coincidence, I don't think, as far as lining up with the bird's energy. And the owl is wisdom. So I think you guys are going to learn a lot about yourselves and your path for 2021. We'll go ahead and pick your Witch's rune. And we have rings, and this rune speaks of connecting people and combining different elements to create something new. So this makes me think of what I was just speaking on. You know, Virgo is kind of having a scientific approach to things, and it is possible to believe in both science and the spiritual aspect of life. So I see this as kind of telling you that it's okay to want to find out the root cause of something, but it's also just as okay to embrace what you don't know. It's okay to combine these different ways of thinking. And maybe this will then in turn give you a new perspective on life itself. So that's what I have for Virgos. I hope that you guys have a wonderful new year. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching.